Tim Roth is another dazzling addition to a roster of chameleon-like British actors who form an essential part of Hollywood's superstars. Roth has quickly established his ability to disappear into almost any kind of role and dialect. A self-described low-budget monster, character actor Tim Roth prefers working on thespian-friendly independent films to lucrative yet fluffy studio productions. Originally interested in studying sculpture, he chose acting instead and gained notice in public theater and in British TV movies. Roth has slipped his cute yet cruel appearance and De Niro-esque intensity under the skin of often violent, always disturbed characters in a steady stream of art house flicks from such directors as Robert Altman and Quentin Tarantino. Having worked with such highly acclaimed professionals, Roth now recognizes the most challenging part of directing a film.
I'd say that 90% of the job is the casting, and the rest is pure psychology, trying to make the actor feel that he's arrived at a decision when, in fact, you've decided it long before he was even employed.
Given that his performances are built almost entirely on instinct, it's not surprising that Roth's on-screen posturing is rooted in personal experience. In 1990, Roth solidified a reputation for portraying off-kilter chaps with performances in a series of independent films, notably Peter Greenaway's The Cook, The Thief, His Wife and Her Lover.
I want kids. We'll have kids one day, Georgie, won't we? Eh?
When you're bloody old and grey, most like. Yeah. The trouble is you don't eat properly. You know, you should drink more water and eat more kidneys. And then you might bloody well have a bloody baby someday. Georgie doesn't like babies, do you, Georgie? You know, sometimes, Georgie, I think you behave like a bloke.
What days are those then, Albert? What's it like?
You what? Get away from this table, you mucky little wimp. Go and eat your vegetable soup in the kitchen, you dirty little pervert. Go on. Get on with your eating, eh? It's only Mitchell making a fool of himself. Now stand in the corner. Corey, make him a paper act. Good. Stand in the corner like a naughty little boy. Go on. Stand there. Take your knife and fork with you.
Oh, don't be stupid.
Stupid? Do you want to join him?
Leave him alone. He's only copying you like he always does. You behave, he'll behave. I'm leaving.
Yes, we are leaving. Gracie.
Yeah.
Pay the bill and take a taxi. Yeah. Georgie and I might go for a little drive. Now, wedding anniversary tomorrow. Might drive down to the sea. Have some fun under the pier like we used to. Oops. I am sorry. Still, this isn't a library, it's a restaurant. They got people for that. Richard, this needs cooking. Grill it with some mashed peas.
Tim Roth and Gary Oldman joined forces in Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead in 1990. An engaging tale of incidental characters from Hamlet who wander into a series of mostly verbal adventures.
Fancy a game?
We're spectators.
Do you want to play questions?
How'd you play that?
You have to ask questions.
Statement one love.
Cheating? How? I hadn't started yet.
Statement two love.
Are you counting that?
What?
Are you counting that?
Foul, no repetition, three loving game.
I'm not going to play if you're going to be like that.
Who's served? Hesitation, love one.
Who's go?
Why? Why not? What for?
Foul! No synonyms. 1-all.
What in God's name is going on?
Foul, no rhetoric. 2-1. What does it all add up to?
Can't you guess?
Are you addressing me?
Is there anyone else?
Who?
How would I know?
Why do you ask?
Are you serious?
Was that rhetoric?
No!
Statement. 2 all, game point.
What's the matter with you today?
When?
What?
Are you deaf?
Am I dead?
Yes or no?
Is there a choice?
Is there a God?
Foul. No non sequiturs. 3-2, 1, game all.
What's your name?
What's yours?
You first.
Statement. One love.
What's your name when you're at home?
What's yours?
When I'm at home?
Is it different at home?
What home?
Haven't you got one?
Why do you ask?
What are you driving at?
What's your name?
Repetition. 2 love. Match point.
Who do you think you are?
Rhetoric. Game and match. Match.
During the same year, Tim Roth was cast as Vincent van Gogh in Robert Altman's Vincent and Theo. The film focuses on the emotional struggle between the troubled artist and the brother who supported him throughout his life.
What we try to do is just give an impression, taking all this information that we had, all the facts, and just make a person out of that.
I'm going to be a painter. What do you think of that?
Robert Altman, acclaimed for his innovative style of directing actors, gave Tim an immense amount of creative freedom on this film.
You need to prepare the character and try and become the character. Gives you anything you need to make that happen. Then he says that you throw away the script and you start just take the sense of the scene.
The script is your floor plan.
We rehearsed what he was going to, where his moves were going to be, but we didn't actually rehearse the activity. When he picked that knife up, I didn't know he was going to pick the knife up. So we just went with it. Now, after the first take, of course, I mean, the long shot, the master shot, we knew what he was going to do, and he's repeating the action in his closer shots. The scene that was written here is that Gauguin tells him he's going to leave Paris. And this is where Tim surprised all of us. And I think he knew what he was going to do. He says, I said, I'm going back to Paris. And Vincent's reaction to this is...
Can't.
Put that knife down, Vincent.
I'm not there to tell them what to do. I'm there to photograph what happens. Now, afterwards, if I don't like it, I say, hey, this is pretty silly. This isn't going to work.
Every month when you send me my allowance, I'll send you all the paintings that I've done. That way, when people ask me, do I paint for money, I can honestly say yes.
For Christ's sake! What about me?
In 1992, Quentin Tarantino cast Tim Roth in Reservoir Dogs.
Here are your names. Mr. Brown, Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Blue, Mr. Orange, and Mr. Pink.
Why can't we pick our own colors?
No way, no way. Tried it once and doesn't work. You get 4 guys all fighting over who's going to be Mr. Black. But they don't know each other, so nobody wants to back down. No way. I pick. You're Mr. Pink.
How about if I'm Mr. Purple? I mean, that sounds good to me. I'll be Mr. Purple.
You're not Mr. Purple. Some guy on some other job is Mr. Purple. You're Mr. Pink.
Who cares what your name is?
Yeah, that's easy for you to say. You're Mr. White. You have a cool-sounding name.
Let's go to work.
This film made an art house star out of Roth, who gave an arresting performance as the fatally wounded policeman dubbed Mr. Orange.
Got blind, man. I'm blind.
You're not blind. You just got blood in your eyes, all right?
Is he dead? Did he die or not? Let's go. Hold it! Hold it! Right there! Jennifer!
All the characters in Tarantino's movies seem very appealing for actors to pursue.
Yeah, you want to play them all. Absolutely. I'd like to have played every single character, including some of the women's characters in his movies. I agree.
In 1995, Roth finally made a big-budget studio film called Rob Roy. Directed by chum Michael Caton Jones, Roth portrays Archibald Cunningham. Here he captures the essence of a character one loves to hate. This performance won him an Academy Award nomination in the Best Supporting Actor category.
It was completely strange and quite wonderful. It was like this huge Hollywood party on acid, basically. It was a very, very strange experience, and not one not one that I don't know if I'd care to repeat it. It's wonderful to get a nomination. Thank you very much. I'll take one, but I don't. It's so scary. You know, it was pretty scary business.
Roth, however, was not at all scared when it came to developing his multi-layered villain.
As big and as broad and as over the top as possible is generally the key.
This tailor in Glasgow, to whom you owe £87, extended this credit because you were my guest, or as you preferred to frame it, a member of my household.
I can assure your lordship I have in no manner indebted him.
Damn it, sir, your mother did not send you to me to debauch innocent girls.
I regret that I have so offended your lordship. By your leave, I will remove myself.
And to where, might I ask? You are penniless, you have no mount, you know no one. To where will you remove yourself? Have you some notion of presenting yourself at the Duke of Argyle's door and soliciting his patronage as his new champion?
I am your lordship's to command.
Remember your place. You want to ask of any man.
Tim's portrayal of this character was so deliciously cunning that critics claimed he stole the movie from the lead actors.
I think that's been fun for me because I haven't had the chance to do anything like that before. So at first it was difficult because I thought this is so big, I'll never work again. But then you kind of get used to it and you can play within it.
When I cast Tim Roth, he is known more for his naturalistic roles, say in Reservoir Dogs or something, and I cast him against what everyone knows he can do and made him a foppish dandy. With a little bit of Reservoir Dogs mixed in.
So when you first see him, you think, oh, he's a pushover, and then he sort of is unleashed, and you think and then you come to realise he's a very, very dangerous person because he has no morals at all.
The beautiful scenery in this film is coupled with rugged action and dangerous stunts.
Broken but not dead, your lordship, as you requested.
Hang him from the bridge.
The chase down the water sequence was a very dangerous piece of work. One of the main problems was that the water was coming straight off the mountainside and it was frozen. There was a huge danger of being trapped underneath. So it was a very dangerous stunt indeed.
McGregor! Bring him back here! I want him back! Come on, come on!
Following his success in both independent and studio films, Roth is now being approached for many different projects.
I'm getting sent a lot of the independent stuff still, more and more in fact, and more studio films now, which is always good, so you can get a broader spectrum.
Looking at you while troubles are fleeing, I'm admiring the view.
In Woody Allen's musical Everyone Says I Love You, Roth plays a singing ex-con. But not everyone knew that this was meant to be a musical from the start.
Well, no, I knew because I think I came on board fairly late, but he, it was interesting because he makes the schedule up as he goes along. So I was there, I was on screen for, a heartbeat, but it took me 7 weeks to shoot that heartbeat, because he would say, no, let's film over here instead today. So he was just on hold most of the time. But the actual experience of working with him was really good fun.
So don't forget, folks, that's what you get, folks.
This star-studded cast includes Alan Alda, Woody Allen himself, Drew Barrymore, Goldie Hawn, Edward Norton, Julia Roberts, and of course, Tim Roth. In 1997, Tim Roth starred in Hoodlum. This film focuses on the war of two gangs in 1930s Harlem for the control of illegal gaming. One headed by black strategic godfather Bumpy Johnson, played by Lawrence Fishburne, and another by white, ruthless hothead Dutch Schultz, played by Tim Roth.
Well, well, Lucky, you're slumming today. But I stopped by, for your portion of the Dewey payment. A special prosecutor trying to put my ass in jail for tax evasion. I still gotta make a payoff.
You want to keep our shirt collars clean? Gotta have Dewey in our pocket.
I ain't seen him touching your business.
Because I show him respect. So busy with your Harlem pennies, you're forgetting the big picture, Dutch.
Yeah, well, bigger pennies, white pennies. We'll add up to the same thing. My dollars.
Well, that's why I'm here. And you up?
Ooh, we'll get the cash. You give your friend Dewey 2,000 of my hard-earned dollars, you tell him one thing. If you don't back off, I'll kill him myself.
Here, Dutch. You got mustard on your suit.
Yeah, well, I'm breaking in for a friend.
Roth spent quite some time researching the background of Dutch Schultz in preparation for his role.
He was incredibly well-read, educated himself, and I think it was money. I mean, they grew up very poor, so what you want is money, and if you can get a hold of a gun, maybe that's the quickest way of doing it. Same as today.
See the reason why he's allowed to muscle into money? I believe it's in your best interest to persuade Mr. Schultz to end this war he's waging with me and my people.
You should be thankful for showing you that kind of respect.
Well, what I think was interesting about these guys was they were so rich. I mean, they were incredibly wealthy, and when Dutch died, he was 34. I mean, their lives were over pretty quickly, and but they started doing this kind of stuff when they were very young.
He's the guy who got Duke to work the club. He's probably just here to collect his fee. Look, you're supposed to go to the back door to collect the fee. What the hell you think you're doing to me?
Disregard the fee. Only I came to talk to the Dutchman.
All right. You struck a blow for the Negro cause. Now get out!
You know my man whispers on him? Like you and I, he's a big fan of Ellington. I'm sure he would appreciate it if you would sit down and take it easy for a few ticks. Dutch, that was quite a performance. I didn't realize that you people had such rhythm.
How's business?
Not bad. But let me tell you about yours. Your bank is at 351 Lenox Avenue. You running policy out of stores on Amsterdam, St. Nick, and Madison. I'm here to tell you, you're shutting your operations down tomorrow. You don't, I shut you down myself.
Is that so?
Oh, that's so.
Doing period stuff is really good fun. I've never done this time before. But, yeah, you do. I mean, you go and... I like to look at the old movies of the time and what they were watching and the the dress and the way they move and stuff. But I don't know how accurate you really have to be. I mean, I don't beat myself up over it, I just try.
in the end, it's a piece of entertainment. And I think that's the most important thing.
Roth enjoyed the rehearsal process on Hoodlum, and he especially got a kick out of the dialect and the lingo of the 30s.
It's kind of fun. It's like a bit Bugs Bunny, you know. I actually got to say, yeah, sure, you know, and I love that. So I always wanted to say that. So. And I think Lawrence has got one today. It's curtains, pal. You know, he's got one of those. You know, we actually can find a way of putting that kind of dialogue in there, which is good.
Also in 1997, Tim played a wealthy compulsive liar accused of murdering a prostitute in Deceiver. Here, Roth's character has to take a test overseen by a cop played by Chris Penn.
Why are we doing this?
See what kind of liar you are. Ready?
Got one.
Is this your card?
Nope.
Is this your card?
Nope.
Is this your card?
Nope.
Is this your card?
No.
Too obvious?
Yeah.
How about that one?
Nope.
Sure it is.
No, I'm serious. That's not my card. Mine was the ace of spades.
You picked the ace.
I was so crazy, thought it just might work.
Trying to put one over on us, Waylon?
That's the point of the game, isn't it?
That same year, Roth joined the late Tupac Shakur in Gridlock, a story of a couple of drug addicts who are trying to kick their habit by enrolling in a detox program.
Me and my friend need to get into a detox today.
To get temporary Medicaid, you gotta go to the new office. Take a seat. Your name will be called.
Why is everything such a hassle with you guys, huh?
Your number has already been called, sir.
Yeah, well, I was in the bathroom.
You'll have to take another number.
On base, poet extraordinaire, Spoon. And on keyboards, our poet and resident scholar, Stretch.
Their attempts at cleaning up their act are foiled by red tape, drug dealers, and the police.
Yeah, what did you have before?
You got a half a pint
but you
back
do
there?
this the way you did it before.
Rub over, get a little bit of blood. We done shed 400 years worth of blood. I can't get no blood on this.
Roth talks about the loss of his co-star.
Pretty much gobsmacked. I mean, we were supposed to be working the next day. He was on his way back from Vegas to do looping, to revoicing stuff. And we were supposed to be seeing each other the next day, so it was very hard.
Well, yeah, there is actually. How long did you train at police academy for? What? I was just wondering, you know, how long does it take you to become a police officer? No, it's just that I was thinking, you know. I was thinking of becoming a policeman, you know. Going down, putting in an application. I wanted to know, you know, how long would it take, you know, for me to be able to serve and protect?
With such an amazing array of roles that Tim Roth has tackled, it is no wonder that he's increasingly recognized by more directors and will undoubtedly have more nominations in the near future. Even though the Oscar ceremonies and the post-Oscar parties were quite nerve-wracking for Roth, he would still not mind actually winning one someday.
Love one. Puts your price right up. I'll take that to the bank.
With Roth's star still on the rise, he has dazzled both audiences and critics alike into honoring him as one of Hollywood's blossoming superstars.
It's seriously good fun. All the way around.